Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Central Victoria, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm really excited to be showing you this gorgeous little angled treat box. It holds a mini pack of Skittles inside, and these are table gifts that I'll be giving out at Onstage in Sydney. So excited to be showing you how I created this little box. So the supplies needed for this box, we have the Daisy Lane stamp set, and I've used the medium daisy here as well as the sentiment smile. Now if you have the medium daisy punch, you could use that for this gorgeous little flower here. I don't own it. I have ordered it, but I haven't got it yet. So I just fussy cut this one out, and that's what I'm going to do today to show you what I've done. For the inside of these gorgeous little flowers, we have the glitter enamel dots. Now this one's in Gorgeous Grape. I'm also making a Coastal Cabana today, which works really well because we have both those colours in this enamel dots. We also have this gorgeous mini striped ribbon. This is Bermuda Bay. Although we're using Coastal Cabana cardstock, this matches perfectly with the Coastal Cabana cardstock. So we can pop these ones together and there will not one issue there. It's really pretty together. Using the Coastal Cabana ink, and for our little tag here we have the 1 3/4 inch punch and the 1 1/2 inch circle punch. And lastly, just some Whisper White Baker's twine just to attach that little tag to our ribbon. So I have my kit here all ready to go. Now we are using Coastal Cabana and Whisper White for the tag. All the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, and there is a link to that blog post in the description of this video. Now we are starting off with the box cardstock, and what I've already done is I've already pre-stamped it. So I've just randomly stamped that daisy punch all the way around just to save a bit of time. I'm going to bring my Stampin' trimmer in, and we're going to do some scoring to make this box. So this piece of cardstock, it measures 10.5 by 6.5, and on the short side, the 6.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1.5, 3 3/4, and 6 1/4. And on the long side, and we're going to have this little tab, that small strip there, that's going to be at the top. So we have that at the top. So on the long side, which is the 10.5 inch side, we're going to score at 2.5, 5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 10 inches. Now we're going to flip this around a little bit. We actually want to have the tab at the bottom and then the tab, that other small tab on the left hand side. We're going to do some partial scoring down to this first score line here. So our first partial score line is going to be at 1 inch. I'm just going to line up to that score line and go up 2.5 inches, 3.5 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7.5 inches, 8.5 inches, and 10 inches. Now if you didn't get all those, don't worry, check out my blog. There is a link to that blog post in the description of the video. All the instructions are right there for you. Okay, so we have all these gorgeous score lines here at the top. What we're going to do now is we're going to do some scoring with our stylus, and you can use the Take My Pick tool as well. This is just one that I have on my desk, and we also need a ruler. And what we're going to do is we need to do a little bit of scoring to create these angled parts of our box. Where we're going to score from is from these parts that we've just partially die cut. So from there to that second score line, and then this next score line here will go down to the edge of this box. We're going to do that all the way along. I'll do that quickly, I'll fast forward it, and then I'll show you the end result. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So we have little triangles that go in between these partial score lines that we have cut. Well, we haven't cut them yet. These partial score lines that we've scored. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold and burnish on all those score lines. Let's do that really quickly using our bone folder. Now we're going to do some cutting. What we want to have is these partial ones that we've done here, and then we have a big square. We want to leave the big squares, but we want to cut off those two little rectangles. So let's do that first. And this is our bottom of our box, our base of our box. There's two. Big square is going to be our base. Another base of our box. And we have a little one rectangle just on this side, so we're just going to get rid of that one rectangle. So there's part of our box. The next thing we're going to do is our top of our box. So let's turn it around the other way. We have this side is where our tab is, which means this first one here is going to be our lid of our box. So we can get rid of all this little tab, those first two score lines, meaning this bottom one here, which is our middle of our box, that is the only piece that's going to be the tab. So let's get rid of that little square and then that long rectangle. And I think I might bring my big scissors in. It's just so much easier to cut when you have that. There we go. So let's cut up that first one. So that first one here is going to be our lid of our box. And I'm going to just, on the little tabs, I'm just going to take a little bit of a notch off each side. It just helps close that box. So the next one here, let's cut up that one. This next one's going to be the side of our box. It'll fold inside. So we're just going to take off maybe like a bit over a third, and we're going to just notch those in as well. Gives us our side closure. The next one here we're going to take off all together. We don't need that one at all. And this one we're going to do the same as this side because it's going to be our other side. So just taking off a length, notching in. So what we're left with is this. Now, this one where we cut that whole piece off, keep that one because we're going to actually use that for our label or a tag. So the next thing we're going to do is we want to work on these corners of our little treat box. And what we have is we have 3 score lines, one central in the middle and then 2 on angles. The one on the center we are folding over on each other, so we have that straight edge. So let's bring the bone folder in, gonna crisp that down. But then this other angled one we've got to fold back over on itself, so let's fold it back over. Gives us our gorgeous angle, using the bone folder to make sure it's nice and crisp. And then we've got to do the other side as well, so we're going to fold it back over itself. And what it does is it creates that little pocket there. So making sure you're using your bone folder to get that nice and crisp on both sides. And let's keep working along. So folding it over in the middle, so we have a nice straight edge. And we're just going to bring the box over itself on that side angle. Next one. Middle. And then the sides. And you want to make sure that you're getting a nice crisp fold because it makes the box come together so much easily. So we have a tab here, we're going to fold it over in the middle, and then same thing, we fold it over on one side and then fold it over again on the other. And the one on the very end, we just fold over itself, so pattern paper on pattern paper. So we're left with that design. So we can start popping it together. Let's pop a little bit of tear and tape on the tab. You could also use the Tombow glue. That would work as well because it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. I'm just going to line those 2 tabs up together. So I'm going to fold the top down, and this lets me know where the front of the box is. So we have the front here. I'm going to just press it all together. Oop, it just popped open, hang on. There we go. So pressing it all together. So you have your nice, gorgeous sides together. We know that this is the front of our box, so this is our front tab. It's going to be glued down last. So we can start just gluing all the 4 tabs together. And for this one, I am going to use the Tombow glue. I'm making sure they all line up. I will open it up in a minute and use my bone folder to stick it all down properly. Let's open it up. Just pop that bone folder down. And you can see inside the box you have those corners. But it creates a pretty cool effect inside there as well. I'm going to pop in one of the Skittles. So I have just a mini pack of Skittles. Just pop them in. we can start working on our tag. So I have a piece of Whisper White, and this is just a scrap piece that I have. I'm going to bring in the Coastal Cabana ink and that sentiment that says smile. So I have the 1.5 inch punch that I'm just going to punch out in the Whisper White. And then the smile I'm just going to pop down in the bottom of that circle so we have enough room for our flower to go down. I'm also going to ink up my flower, and I'm just stamping it twice because I don't have the punch yet. There we go. So we're going to fussy cut that one out. I'm just going to use my snips for that. And that piece that we cut off, I'm just going to use the 1 3/4 inch circle. Now I like a little bit of dimension on these flowers, so I'm just going to use my bone folder. Just create a little bit of dimension. I'm also going to bring in that center as well. So using one of the larger enamel dots here. I'm going to pop that up with a glue dot, sorry, a dimensional. Before I stick that down, just need a little hole on the side there. Excellent. Just pop this one up with a glue dot as well. Pop these up with a dimensional or 2. That just creates a nice little bit of extra interest. You just need a little bit of the baker's twine in there. Probably should have done that before I popped it down, but that's okay. Just need a length. We'll chop the extra bits off. Mini ribbon's going to go around just tie that in a knot, but I want it fairly loose, and then we can attach the baker's twine. Definitely don't need those big tails there. There we go. And get rid of those tails on the ribbon. Now we have the box in the Coastal Cabana. What do you think? Aren't they so cute? I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. All the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, and if you're in need of any of the supplies for this project or for any other projects or cards that you're working on, you can shop in my online store. Use the Hostess code for the month and I'll send you out not only a handmade gift or a card, You will also get a bundle tutorial sent to you via email, and you could earn yourself some Inky rewards. So it's a really great saving if you purchase through me. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye bye.